Welcome everyone to an exclusive interview session with Professor TG Sitharam, the Chairman of the All India Council for Technical Education. In our pursuit of understanding the dynamics and innovations shaping education in India, we have the honor of gaining insights from the visionary leader steering AICTE himself. Professor Dr. TG Sitharam took over as Chairman of AICTE Government of India on December 21, 2022. Prior to this, he was the director of Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, Assam for 3.5 years. He obtained his BE Civil Engineering from University of Mysore, Masters from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1986, and PhD from the University of Waterloo, Ontario, Canada in 1991. He worked as a lecturer at University of Waterloo soon after his PhD and later moved to University of Texas at Austin, USA as a research scientist during 1992 to 1994. He also held the position of director at Central Institute of Technology, Kokrajhar, Assam for 1.5 years. He was the Chairman Board of Governors at CIT Kokrajhar and Chairman Board of Management of Northeast Regional Institute of Science and Technology, Nirjuli, Arunachal Pradesh. Presently, he is the board member of Indian Institute of Science Council and the Court. Our discussion today in the Leadership Talk series by the ETEducation is focusing on policy initiatives in alignment with NEP 2020. In this discussion, we will traverse through a spectrum of topics, starting with the transformative regulatory initiatives introduced by AICTE, to exploring innovative faculty roles, understanding expansion of program offerings in engineering colleges, dissecting collaborative approaches for quality enhancement, and culminating with a reflection on the challenges hindering technical and skill development education in India. Without much further ado, let's dive straight into the conversation with Professor TG Sitharam. Professor, our first question to you would be about the AMRUT initiative. The AMRUT initiative introduced by AICTE has garnered attention for its potential impact on technical education. Can you please provide us with some details about the initiative and its objectives, shedding light on how it aims to reshape the educational landscape in India?
Thank you. Namaskar. First of all, let me straight away come to that question, AMRUT initiative. See, we had International Millet Year in 2023. During that time, AICTE took decision that we should do something on the millets of our nation. Okay, so because there are a large number of institutions in hotel management also take approvals from All India Council for Technical Education. So we wanted to engage all the institutions who are offering hotel management into this activity where we can create recipes out of the millets of our nation. So with that idea we started, but there was a lot of interest even in our engineering institutions because we have large number of students in both diploma and engineering colleges. And they also showed a lot of interest, saying that they would like to participate in the AMRUT initiative. The AMRUT is actually, we have nicknamed it as AMRUT. AMRUT is basically AICTE Millet Recipe Unleashing Talent. Okay. It's a very unique nickname it has come very nicely, AMRUT. So where we are thinking of utilizing the millets, that too we have computation 3 levels. You see, millet ratio of 70%, and millet ratio of 50 to 70%, millet ratio of 30 to 50%. That is 3 subcategories with main categories as starters like breakfast and snacks, main course like lunch and dinner, And the last one is desserts and confectioneries. That means we have three main categories, three subcategories based on the millet percentage. So there will be 9 categories where students will be participating in creating their own recipes. Okay. So what is that to do with engineering? You might ask. Food is a common factor to all of us, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very unique experiment where our dishes, Indian dishes, Bharatiya, the diversity of India will be brought out through this. Food is going to be the critical aspect. So that's where the AMRUT initiative, we feel, is going to unleash the talent in engineering students, diploma students, as well as management students, and most appropriately, the hotel management who are doing on culinary art and such programs. So this is going to be a very unique, and this is also a collaborative work. It's not going to be one person coming and doing this. This will be a collaborative work. So the students will learn how to collaborate. And also this is going to not only prepare that recipe in front of you and dole it out for you to taste, for all of us to taste. So that's going to be very unique. And what is very interesting to note is 1,200 teams registrations have already come. So that's going to be a very large event. So we are hoping to make this very attractive, where we are going to strengthen the interaction between the students, facilitate partnerships, mobilize stakeholders in this, will take part in promoting and producing millets. See, we were little late because 23 is over, but we are carrying the decision took in 2023. So we are encouraging consumption of millets by the general publics through this initiative, and also train our students for innovations, even in preparation of food using millets. Correct. This is about AMRUT initiative, ma'am.
Correct, sir. Correct. Okay. Building upon the initiative, Professor Sitharam, elaborate the measures and the changes AICTE implementing to embrace its transformative approach to education.
Yeah, you see, this is one such initiative. But see, we are at the AICTE focused towards implementation of National Education Policy 2020. We are almost completed 3.5 years. We are running into the 4th year of NEP 2020 implementation. So a lot of best practices have come out. Okay, particularly in the last July, Honorable Prime Minister addressed in Bharata Mandapam on the success story of the 3-year implementation through where all the vice chancellors, the directors of the institutions were present. They made a fantastic presentations about the best case studies of the implementation of NEP. So we learned many positive things, how NEP 2020 is going to change the entire scenario of education in our country. In line with NEP 2020, AICTE also has taken a lot of steps, a lot of positive steps. Particularly, I would like to mention about the multidisciplinary approach. So we are actually encouraging multidisciplinary courses and programs to be offered in all campuses in AICTE institutions. So where we are having actually short-term, medium-term, and long-term implementation plans. We have actually clearly defined the perspective plans for engineering education in India. When I say technical education, it encompasses management, it encompasses arts and design. Okay, many such programs are also included, which focuses on the demand for the courses by the young people of India. So we have a large young population which are aspiring to learn, study. So for them an opportunity is given, and our focus is also on emerging areas. In addition to that, our goal is to actually make gross enrollment ratio to 50% by 2030. Okay. So that's going to be happening, means it's not very easy to do that. So we are emphasizing more on distance education and online learning, self-learning, which is a major component of NEP. So these are some of the initiatives, and Council has actually proposed to remove the upper limit on intake allowed for the courses. and programs offered by existing institutions of AICTE. In addition to that, we have also removed the moratorium on engineering colleges in our country. So in that way, we can contribute towards gross enrollment ratio rising up and up, because a huge young population are aspiring to study. But however, we have only 4.2 crores students registered in higher education in the country today. But we have greater opportunities for the young people. So we need more institutions, more new programs, so that students can choose what they would like to do. So this is one very clear initiative. And another major initiative AICTE I should mention to you is about that providing these programs through Indian languages or through their mother tongue, because this is going to be very important. Many of our kids come from rural part of India, where they may not be knowing language of English or only Hindi also, because ours is a country with large number of languages, okay, as a nation. So in this, so we would like to give an opportunity to impart education in mother tongue, so as to enhance the creativity, critical thinking, among other factors. So we have taken up steps of technical book writing in diploma in engineering in many languages. So right now already first and second year of diploma, first and second year of engineering, textbooks are available in 13 different languages. Our goal is to make 22 different languages. And this 13 different languages which are available are provided free of cost. The entire books are provided free of cost through our e-cum portal. All these books are available for the benefit of all the students across the country and even across the world. Institutions are also permitted to start different programs in mother tongue or regional languages. Many states have already started the programs in Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi, Hindi. So AICTE also encourages the institutions to go for accreditation mandatorily. National Board of Accreditation has been asked to mandatorily, accredit our engineering programs, and based on the outcome-based education. Even the textbooks what we have written is based on the outcome-based education. Okay, each chapter or each unit has unit objectives and unit outcomes. Quality is the foremost parameter AICTE is trying to enforce on our institutions. We are making the rules lighter but tighter, so that our quality of institutions will rise. And I'm very, very positive our engineering and technical institutions can make India a Vishwaguru. Very positively, you can see that through the contributions of the alumni of our institutions.
Sure, sir. Absolutely agreed to whatever you said. Continuing with our next question is, AICTE's recent guidelines have introduced the concept of professors of practice, a noteworthy initiative to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Can you elucidate on the roles and responsibilities envisioned for assistant professors and associate professors of practice under these guidelines, and how they contribute to enhancing the quality of technical education?
Thank you. It's a very, very important question, because to augment the interaction between the industry and academia in our education, higher education, is very critical for the successful implementation of the initiatives which are required for the industries. So in this, professors of practice actually is an excellent initiative, I could say. Why? Because initially UGC brought out the policy. Okay, but what we have done at AICTE is, we have said, why not assistant, associate and full professor? If you look at the UGC policy, it only talks about the full professor of practice. That means a very senior man. But please look at the areas where India is dominating today. It's an emerging areas. It may be AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, okay, and cyber security. In such areas, I feel, getting a professor, full professor, is very, very difficult because these are new areas. So young people are actually much updated about these topics.
Correct.
So we thought that an industry person who worked for 5 years or 8 years and also can be brought into academics to teach. There's a lot of things to learn from young people as well. So we have created what is called as assistant, associate, in addition to full professor of practice. There are clear guidelines. We are bringing it out, and this will be implemented in all AICTE institutions so that we will have more people from industry which have a lot of experience in these areas to come in and teach. So through this, a collaboration will also be established at the institutions. So industry academia collaboration is going to be the key. As you know, AICTE has already followed. We have actually boards. In the boards, there are already members of industry who are advising us on curriculum, model curriculum development, and teachers training, and many such initiatives. We are already involving industry experts. But this now will also bring industry into our engineering institutions across the country. So when they were there, so they bring in the industry readiness into our curriculum, industry participation into interaction with the students, young people. So students will get trained while they are on the campus instead of wasting their time after moving into the industry. So that's where the readiness of the students will be very, very critical and will go to be impacting the entire higher education sector, particularly in engineering and technical courses.
Noted, sir. Noted. Okay, next question we would like to ask you. Shifting gears, Professor Sitharam, AICTE's decision to permit engineering colleges to offer BBA and BCA programs has raised eyebrows. What motivated this decision, and how AICTE plan to address concerns raised by non-technical institutions regarding faculty norms, infrastructure, and maintaining an optimal student-teacher ratio?
You have raised a very, very important question. I think this needs to be answered elaborately for benefit of all. Why? Because, see, we just discussed about National Education Policy 2020 and its implementation. In its implementation, one of the major things what NEP highlights is our institution should be multidisciplinary, offering programs in different disciplines to the student. That means students should be able to take courses in different areas while they're in the same institution. So having a unique programs in one institution is not good, actually. So in that process, to introduce the multidisciplinary courses into AICTE institutions, so we are now allowing AICTE institution to start BBA, BCA, BMS as well. But there is another important aspect. As per the AICTE Act of 1987, AICTE should monitor quality of the programs, both engineering as well as management courses. So we were doing, if you know, all the programs of the both UG and PG and diploma courses of engineering, whether civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, computer science and all that. But we were also doing the approval process for MBA and MCA. So we were not doing BBA and BCA because there were very few institutions of that kind at that time, because majority of them used to go through a route of engineering degree and then MBA. Okay, but today it is not this case. Last 5 to 7 years, there is large number of BBA, BCA, BMS institutions have started mushrooming. So likewise in 87, when AICTE was given the permission to quality auditing of all the engineering colleges, I think now the time has come to quality check the BBA, BCA, BMS colleges. Why I would like to tell you that AICTE is not taking any role from UGC. We are only monitoring the quality standards, what you talked about. That is teachers, whether qualified teachers are available in those colleges, and whether the student-teacher ratio is apt, where quality, can be ensured. The third is whether it is a good curriculum, uniform curriculum across the country for these BBA, BCA, BMS courses. So to ensure that, we are actually inviting all of them as and where basis this year. They can simply take the approval of AICTE as and where. Why? Because of there is an act. As per the act, we are entitled to do that. But our objective is not just forcing that. Our objective is to bring a quality changes in these programs. So what we are trying to do there is, we are going to develop curriculum. Already our team is developing a model curriculum for BBA, BCA, BMS courses, consulting everybody, including the colleges. Okay. And then this will be uploaded on our website for public comments. And once adopted, we are going to start teachers training for these institutions. So teachers will be also trained appropriately for the program based on outcome-based education. We will introduce a compulsory internship. Our AICTE internship portal is one of the world's largest internship portal, with 75,000 companies and above are participating. 2 crore students registered on this portal. Gives an opportunity for them to mandatorily 1 semester internship program, which will give them a hands-on experience in an industry or a company or an MSME. So in that way, they are again job ready for their employment. While they are in the college, they will learn something very practical, experiential learning. So this is very, very important to note, that all the institutions do not carry it away by the misinformation. AICTE is only monitoring the quality and will help you in bringing that quality to your institutions as well. It doesn't mean that it has to be only engineering colleges, because today, as per NEP, multidisciplinary institutions should be there. So all the institutions I encourage to come to AICTE, take the approval of AICTE for BBA, BCA, BMS courses. Definitely this will bring change. As we have witnessed the change in engineering colleges, we are going to witness the change in these management programs as well in the country.
Absolutely, sir. Agreed. Next question would be, collaboration has been a key focus for AICTE in its pursuit for improving education quality. Could you please provide some insights into the collaborative approaches AICTE has adopted to enhance the quality of education in India and foster design thinking among students?
See, AICTE also conducts a lot of hackathons. You are aware of it. One is the Smart India Hackathon every year since 2017 onwards. Continuously, every year we are doing under the advice of Honorable Prime Minister. And we also conducted India-Singapore Hackathon. And we have also conducted UNESCO India Hackathon, okay, in the last year. All these hackathons actually make the student to work as a team, collaboratively, come with their ideas, translate their ideas into actionable products or process or a program or a software or an app. Okay, so there is a software hackathon, hardware hackathon. All these hackathons so generated large number of ideas. For example, AICTE's AICTE 2.0 portal today hosts more than 1 lakh ideas already generated through the Smart India Hackathon and other hackathons we have conducted for the many government institutions. Problem statements have come from all the government ministries. Students have solved them in 36 hours non-stop in the software hackathon and hardware hackathon. But the question is whether these ideas are being translated into startups, and these ideas are knowledge, which repository of knowledge converted into monetization of this knowledge is very critical. To do this, there was a gap. We found that gap was design thinking. So we had started what is called as innovation, design thinking, and entrepreneurial boot camps. Honorable Prime Minister actually advised the AICTE to organize these IDE boot camps at these institutions last year 2023, we organized 6 of these IDE boot camps, very successful, at 6 different engineering institutions across the country, including IIT. Guwahati was one of the center where I was the director. So this year we have taken 10 such IDE boot camps. Today morning, I launched the inauguration of these 10 IDE boot camps at 10 different institutions across the country. Okay, it ranges from city of Mysore to New Delhi, Noida also. So many such institutions. These boot camps, 10 of them were done. We're going to do next year also similar in the phase 3. The phase 2 IDE boot camps is very, very unique. It encourages what you talked about, collaboration, working as a team, and then design ideas will be taken, and we also we give lectures on intellectual property rights and then entrepreneurial activities and how to enrich this among all our students. So AICTE, in collaboration with industries and companies, are creating opportunities for the institutions towards improving the quality of education, as well as creating opportunities for students through AICTE's, such IDE boot camps.
Okay, this brings us to our last question. As we look towards India's goal of becoming a developed country by 2047, Professor Sitharam, what are the key challenges facing us today in the technical and skill development education space? How do you envision these challenges impacting your efforts in making a country a hub for globally competitive talent?
So you might have already seen the approval process 24 to 27 handbook talks about skill development and skilling courses part of the curriculum. Okay, we have also made mandatory 1 semester internship, all students, irrespective of the program. So all these will give them a hands-on experience. We are also extensively conducting institute innovation activities. And we have also created 15,000 institute innovation councils across the country. These institute innovation councils are also, encouraging the students to become innovative, and also create their startups and entrepreneurial activities so that they are going to be the job providers, okay, generating jobs than job seekers. So in this process, I will tell you, Viksit Bharat at 2047 is no more a dream. It's a reality. Why? Because, you look at it, today we are doing in 2 areas very excellently well. On the research and innovation. The second area is skill development. Okay. In both these areas, we have to put in a lot of efforts. Particularly the skill development, we need to do little more because our Indian Institute of Technologies have demonstrated they are the world brand today. Okay, conducting research and innovation. Similarly, our institutions of AICTE also have taken up large number of research and innovation activities. I am very glad to tell you more than 10,000 papers have been written by our institutions, and large number of patents have been filed by our AICTE institutions in the last 3 years. So we would like to demonstrate that our institutions are no less in creating knowledge. And knowledge is wealth today. We need to monetize. In this direction, AICTE has taken steps of creating what is called as Innovation Center. As you know, that we making our policies more transparent and going digitally, we have closed down all our 12 regional offices for the approval process. But these regional offices are being used now for creating the technology transfers called India's Innovation Center. We have already hired people for these positions to handhold all the innovators in the engineering institutions and other institutions so that their ideas can be translated into products and processes at different TRL levels, okay, technology readiness levels. And we are actually taken that very seriously so that we are also creating what is called as AICTE, MOE, AICTE Angel Investment Group. So actually on 31st of this month, Honorable Minister is going to launch MOE, AICTE Angel Investors Meet, wherein large number of investors are ready to support AICTE to fund these ideas to startups. And these entrepreneurial activities will bring big change in India. As you know, that today we are the third largest startup nation in the world. And there is a great possibility through these activities, we can become the number one startup country in the world. So these startups, are going to bring in large amount of revenue to the nation. So just give you an example of 110 plus unicorns who are created by our own alumni of the AICTE institutions, today are doing exceedingly well, close to a worth of $500 billion. Out of these, even 25% of this money actually flows from abroad. So this is the kind of things that will make India the largest economy in the world, not just the third, maybe the largest soon. Sure. So we hope that Viksit Bharat is no more a dream. Honorable Prime Minister's words encouraging to every one of us to contribute to Viksit Bharat 2447 is to make it reality. All of us have to work together. Yes. And particularly our students, researchers, innovators, and then ambassadors of this activity has to grow. So we need to move from just a curriculum and training in the colleges to innovation, entrepreneurship, startup activities. I think this is going to bring a change for India, and India is going to be the developed nation by 2047 for sure, and also it's going to lead the world. And I think the glory of the past will be back. As you know, that in 17th century, Netherlands was the leader sailing across the world. Okay, 18th century Britishers taken the entire world by surprise by leading the many countries. Okay, in 19th century, after the World War II, Americans were the leaders. After COVID, and maybe Ram Janmabhoomi invented the thing, after COVID-19, India is going to be definitely, with the kind of talent which we have, with this talent pool of India, particularly in the engineering and technical education, we will be the leaders of the world. I hope this wish comes true at the earliest.
So this brings us to the end of this interview. Thank you, Professor Sitharam, for joining us today. Your expertise and insights are invaluable as we seek to understand the transformative initiatives shaping the future of technical education in India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Jai Hind.